What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seatbelt. So as you guys know, the Nintendo haters, the Nintendo Switch haters, they love cherry picking. They love cherry picking for info that they can use against Nintendo. They love this. It's a hobby of theirs. They've done it for years. But actually, looking at it, it looks quite fun. So let's do some cherry picking Nintendo fan style, shall we? This should be fun. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Doom is back. It's been 15 years since Doom last graced a Nintendo platform, but now, with Doom for the Nintendo Switch, the series has finally returned. Now Nintendo fans can enjoy the best game of 2016 on the go. The question is the port any good? Going back more than 2 decades, Nintendo hardware has always had a unique relationship with the series. Doom for the Super NES, sluggish though it may be, was a technical showpiece for Nintendo's 16-bit machine, while the Game Boy Advance conversion felt like holding the future in your hands. Of course, we can't forget the excellent Doom 64, but really, it's the Super NES and GBA ports that really pushed the boundaries of what one could realistically expect from Nintendo hardware at the time, and Doom for the Switch is no different. This is a game that, for all intents and purposes, pushes the NVIDIA Tegra hardware to its absolute limits. Against all odds, developer Panic Button has succeeded in bringing the entirety of the Doom experience to Nintendo's latest machine. So when examining Doom for the Switch, a little perspective is required. Compromises were inevitable here, but the degree to which these compromises impact the experience are precisely what we're here to judge today. First and foremost, every level from the original release is intact. I had some concern that stages would be divided up into smaller chunks in order to fit into memory, but that's just not the case at all. Encounters play out exactly as they did before, and every stage is presented as a complete experience. Every enemy, weapon, and feature is present and accounted for, and that's an important thing to consider. After all, Doom 3 for the original Xbox, another impossible port for its day, featured levels which were reduced in size and complexity to work within the constraints of the system. That's not the case here. It still manages to look reasonably close to the other console versions of the game. Based on the testing we did with a similarly spec'd PC then, it's impressive that the game manages to reach any resolution beyond 540p. This is a case where seemingly unimpressive results are actually quite impressive when taking the hardware itself into consideration. Doom for the Switch still manages to look rather attractive, which says a lot about the excellent art direction in the game. And there are the loading times. Doom does not load especially quickly on consoles, but the Switch version manages to hang, turning in slightly faster results than on a PlayStation 4. But on the other hand, it's a huge accomplishment for the hardware itself, and still manages to look rather nice in the process. Ultimately then, Panic Button has done a good job overall. Having the option to play a game that looks this good in portable mode is really quite something. I can't stress enough just how good this looks as a mobile shooter. There really is nothing else like it on the market.